In the heart of Khayelitsha in Cape Town, a 13-year-old girl named Zukhanye Nkabeni went to a friend's house. What happened next led to her death, a confusing inquest, and a fight for justice stalled by a broken system. This isn't just about a tragic assault. This is about a deadly cocktail of violence and medication. And the toxicology report that was supposed to hold the key is stagnant in a national backlog of over 40,000 cases. The name Zukhanye Nkabeni has become a painful symbol of a national crisis. A young life was lost, and the search for answers has been long and frustrating. Today, on Crime Science, we peel back the layers of a case that reveals a crisis in South African justice system. The case of Zukhanye Nkabeni is a tragic example of justice being delayed, but her story is far from over. The push for accountability against the alleged assailants and for better forensic service continues. Join our community by subscribing to this channel as we continue to shine a light on forensic facts and procedural failures. On Friday night, September 26, 2025, Zukhanye was violently attacked and allegedly beaten with a broomstick, resulting in a swollen forehead and severe head injuries. Zukhanye was reportedly assaulted by a friend's mother and two of the mother's friends at the friend's home in Harare, Khayelitsha, after being accused of trying to break into the friend's home. Unfortunately, I cannot find anywhere that this mother gave a formal statement to SAPS regarding this incident. But a statement was given to Zukhanye's mother when she arrived at the house where all of this happened. And how did Zukhanye's mother know to go to that house late Friday night? Well, the mother who allegedly assaulted Zukhanye gave her a call and told her to come and fetch your daughter. And that was what she did. Let's take a look at the events of that night. Zukhanye's grandmother, Portia Nkabeni, recounted that her daughter Unati, that's Zukhanye's mother, and she was also the person who found Zukhanye in that very bad state, was told by the friend's mother that they assaulted Zukhanye because she was trying to break into their home. So put a pin in this. The person who allegedly assaulted Zukhanye admitted that she did just that to Zukhanye's mother. This lady then went on to say that Zukhanye had also taken a cocktail of pills. Cape Times reports that when Zukhanye was found by her mother, she, Zukhanye, was not in a good condition at all. She was sitting on the couch and she had no energy. Her forehead was swollen. Her mother even thought that she was sleeping and tried to wake her up. At that stage, she was unable to walk. Zukhanye's mother was also told that she had taken a cocktail of pills, and that was weird to the mother as there was no water in the room. So let's explore this. Take the pills out of the equation for just a second. It is possible the injuries to Zukhanye's head alone could cause this reaction. Then, back to the pills. Nowhere does it clearly state whether the medication was given to Zukhanye or if she took it by herself. Now, it's very unlikely that she took the pills on her own. I mean, she was just beaten for just trying to enter the house. Why would these ladies then leave Zukhanye to search for medication all over the house? And not just that, the type of medication that was found in her system basically screams that she didn't do it herself. Okay, let's go with a far-fetched theory that Zukhanye was so disorientated by the assault that she didn't realize what medication she took. That can very well be possible, but again, I don't think she would have been allowed to go and look for medication. So I think it's safe to say, and that's only my opinion, that it was given to her. By whom? Well, I think that would be a great big fight all on its own. Who can prove now, beyond reasonable doubt, that the pills was given to Zukhanye by, let's say, the lady who allegedly assaulted her? If it would be anybody, it would be her, right? I mean, who better to know where the medication is kept? And the absence of a glass of water? Well, that could have been taken to the kitchen right after the medication was taken. So that alone is no smoking gun, but should definitely be noted. What medication was found by doctors in Zukhanye's system? High blood pressure, antiretrovirals, and depression pills. We all know what high blood pressure pills are, but what does it do to your body when you're not supposed to use them? Taking high blood pressure medication when you don't have high blood pressure will likely cause your blood pressure to drop to an abnormal low level, which can be dangerous and lead to a variety of symptoms. Let's look at a few. Dizziness or lightheadedness, fatigue or weakness, blurred vision or fading vision, confusing, shortness of breath. Antiretrovirals are medication used to treat HIV. And listen, I'm not saying that anyone in that house had HIV. Don't come for me. I'm saying that antiretrovirals are one of the medications Zukhanye took, and it's used to treat HIV. That's it. So antiretrovirals can cause a range of side effects, which vary depending on the specific type involved. Common short-term effects can include nausea, vomiting, headache, dizziness, and fatigue. So now we have two types of medication that can cause things like fainting, dizziness, fatigue, slow heart rate. Now combine that with depression pills. We don't know what depression pills, and a brutal assault, especially to the head, then you basically have a death sentence. The initial case was registered in Lunguletu West. The family attempted to open a case but was told by SAPS to get a J88 form at the hospital first. What is a J88 form and why on earth did SAPS need that to open this case? Well, I know that most of the time the actions from SAPS are highly questionable, but in this case I agree with what they did. But before we talk about that, what is a J88 form? A J88 in South Africa is an official medico-legal form used by the Department of Justice to document the medical evidence in criminal cases, especially those involving gender-based violence. It is used to record victims' injuries, physical condition, and other relevant information, which is critical evidence for prosecution. Healthcare practitioners, such as doctors and nurses, fill out the form during examinations following an assault to prove the court with a clinical description of the injuries. I spoke to a member of SAPS regarding this to try and understand why they requested that document before opening a case. Zukhanye was reportedly in a very bad state, barely able to move, and any SAPS member is supposed to put the well-being of another person first. So the number one priority was not to open a case. That could be done later. The number one priority was to get Zukhanye to receive medical attention right away. And that's what was done. Zukhanye was taken to the Khayelitsha district hospital. Tragically, she died before the form could be obtained or statement taken, transforming this case into a high-profile investigation. Okay, so now let's beat SAPS with a broomstick. Now they have nothing to work with. Or we can sit and try and think clearly. Like we said, they need that form and the documented information on it to even think about a successful prosecution. Without that form, there might not be a solid case. But we still don't have it, do we? Well, we might not have the J88, but everything is definitely well documented at this stage. And do you really think that if Zukhanye had given a police report, given her state and the fact that she was heavily medicated, it would have been admissible in court? So for once, let's give SAPS a little bit of grace. The community reaction was swift and heartbroken. The immediate outcry placed extra pressure on the investigation. Investigators recovered critical biological samples for toxicology report and post-mortem analysis, which are key to understand the combination of blunt force trauma and chemical substance in her system. The exact cause of death was unclear because of the dual factors: the alleged assault and the presence of a cocktail of medication. The case was initially registered as an inquest rather than a murder case. What is a formal inquest? Well, it's to determine the exact cause of death first, and whether any party can be held criminally liable based on the findings of the post-mortem. And this is where we are stuck at this stage. The National Toxicology Backlog has been reported to be around 40,051 cases as of August 2025. This can delay the results for months, even years. Cases not completed within 90 days are considered backlogged. So, we are caught in a crippling national backlog. Now we ask the question, why the huge backlog? The reason for this delay are systematic. It's the perfect storm of failure, aging and constantly breaking equipment in labs across the country, a severe shortage of qualified forensic scientists, and chronic underfunding that prevents the import of critical analysis material. So, until we get the post-mortem and the toxicology report back, it's a waiting game that will most definitely take months, even years. But wait, there's more. The report is not publicly available once released. No, it's released to the investigating officer only, and we get to know the truth when or if there's any charges or an arrest is made. Sadly, this might also be one of those cases where a precious life is lost and justice, well, what do you think justice in a case like this looks like? If you found this breakdown of the inquest procedure and the issue of toxicology backlog valuable, please help the analysis reach more people by hitting the like button and sharing this video. It signals the YouTube algorithm that it's important information, and this surely is. We want to hear from you. What procedural changes do you think would have prevented the initial delay at Lungulethu West SAPS? And how do we as a nation get this backlog fixed? Until next time, bye.